Hello my loves, if you haven't as yet, I would pause the video, make yourself a nice cuppa, sit down and press play. It's time to talk.
Those vegan guys. I thank you.
Hiya loves. Today is Time to Talk Day, an officially designated day to talk about mental health, which I think is an extremely important thing. And it's very strange, this. So let me tell you the story. I'm going to tell you my own mental health story. But first, let me tell you one of the conclusive parts. So, yesterday, I didn't realise it was Time to Talk Day today. Yesterday, I watched AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, live. It wasn't live when I watched it, of course. Her Instagram video about the insurrection, the domestic terrorism that took place at the Capitol. And she was talking about going into, I think she called Katie Miller's office, saying, can I come in, and then searching closets and things, looking for a place to hide. And then she mentioned that she could hear people shouting, where is she? Where is she? And of course she got really upset while she was talking about this. And I had a bit of a reaction to it because of an incident that Jason and I have been through, where in the first quarter of it, I was being held by the back of my coat, continually punched in the kidneys, whilst one of the criminals was shouting at me, where is she? Where is she? Meaning the manager of the bar that was being robbed. She was in a house next door calling the police, thankfully. So it triggered me anyway, and Jason got home and I told him about it, and he said, you do know it's Time to Talk Day tomorrow, don't you? And I said, well, I do now, because my husband's works in a national mental health charity. And I said, right, I need to do a vlog then, really, to mark the day. Because it's really important that we talk about the things we've been through, all of us, and how we've survived them, and how we are surthriving. That's a word I coined recently for the fabulous Angharad from Angharad's Life. But I'm going to use it there because I think when you can tell a story, when you can share a story that you've survived, but you've not only survived, you are now thriving, you're surthriving, right? So let me go back to when my kind of real mental health journey began, and I have to say, actually, it began 8 years ago when my dad died. Without me going into the full details of that, because I've already done a vlog about that, and I will link that vlog up here. A gay man and his dad. It was a video I recorded 2 weeks after he died. And not long after making that video, the I'd had like a panic attack the night he died. It's my stupid, over-imaginative, empathic brain. It sounds really random. I was in bed the night my dad died. It had been a long day, very long day, as if you watch that video you will hear. And I was visualising where he was, where his body was, and how cold and lonely and lifeless and void of anything anymore it was. And I tried to imagine what that felt like. And that was my first major panic attack, where I kind of shot up in bed. Oh, it was horrible. Anyway, then they started, and they weren't long or often, but they started. Just occasionally. And no more worse really than night terrors, nighttime epilepsy, which I and 3 other members of my family suffered from. I don't have it anymore, thankfully. So there was that. And then life goes on, and I start I have to tell you this part because it's important. I start hosting a TV show in Manchester. Love it. Dedicate a year of my life to it. No pay. Never got paid a penny. Completely voluntary. Full production over full control over production and presenting of the show I did. Loved it. One of the great loves of my life. Anyway, October 2016, been hosting the TV show for about a year. I did this one show on October the 8th, and admittedly I was very negative about Theresa May, and it was a very there were no opposing views on the show that day. We were all kind of but you know, you got who you got as a guest. If you want to see the final show that had me kicked off TV, I also have that on the channel. The only full show I have, because they deleted everything from YouTube. 52 episodes. Some great stuff. Anyway, because of that show, a complaint was made to Ofcom. I was pulled off air immediately. A big investigation happened, and the complaint was upheld. There were no opposing views. It was a very biased show. It was. No one had ever told me it couldn't be. So I was devastated. I was working in a golf club at the time, on a bar. That was my only income. About £100 a week. Bugger all, really. I know. And I was dedicating like 3-4 days a week to this show, and suddenly it was gone. You're out, sorry, bye. So I was devastated, absolutely devastated. I had a real knock on my mental health. Lo and behold, 2 weeks after that, I'm at the bar. End of day. About 6:20. Jason had come to pick me up, sat in the car park. This is also outlined in another video, but I'll give you the brief synopsis. The other video, if you want the kind of this is like an explanation video of why we have a YouTube channel and what we want from it and what it helped heal. Nutshell, 4 guys, face coverings, quite appropriate now. Face coverings, knives and claw hammers, horrendous. A real ordeal. And it was probably 20 minutes, it felt like hours. And that incident, that robbery, if there are relevant pictures and news articles, by the way, they may be appearing on screen. One of the guys was caught and is serving 13 and a half years. And it was a spate of robberies. They'd been targeting sports clubs, rugby clubs, golf clubs, you know. And some people had been really hurt. One person had been stabbed in one of these robberies. I was very lucky to have only been stood on. I was stood on. Almost felt like I died. I was, if I hadn't done what I did to get out of that, I honestly could have died. But I'm not going to dwell on that because I healed from it. I'm still healing from it. So yeah, Jason and I went through this horrible thing, and soon it was in all the papers, and you know. So this is November the 6th, 2016. Because of this is also relevant. Because of what this one guy had stood on me, basically stood on my chest and my neck, chin, throat until I kicked out and freed myself. Very powerful healing. Use your fucking legs. We'll get there. Sorry, my eyes are darting all over the place because I'm trying to structure this in a structured way so it makes sense. I suffered incredible chest and back pain for weeks afterwards and got prescribed cocodamol. Fine while I was on them. Great. Marvellous. Dealt with the pain. I could pull a pint without clutching my chest. Oh yeah, I went back. Which was good and not good. It was good because I healed there, and then after that it wasn't good to be there anymore, so I left. Anyway. I've lost my thread. See? This is what happens when you've got a brain like mine. Jump. Oh yeah, the codeine. So I come off the codeine. I'm on it only weeks really, and then I'll be really honest with you, somebody gave me some CBD oil, so I thought, right, I'll wean myself off these now and go for a natural kind of pain relief and relaxant. So I weaned myself off. By the time I got down to 1 tablet from 8, which I did over a week, I thought I was dying. I went to the we have like an emergency medical centre where you can just walk in. Went in, saw the doctor, explained to him. He said, how many are you down to now? And I said 1. He said, do not take another one. You this is withdrawal, and from what you're telling me about the pain in your kidneys, these could be doing some permanent damage. Stop immediately. And he prescribed me some, because I couldn't keep anything down, not even water. Anyway, cue 12 days of the worst illness I've ever had in my life. 12 days of not being able to eat, not being able to drink, feeling incredibly nauseous constantly. The only time I felt good was in a hot bath, which I never have. I'm a showerer. This is going to be a long vlog. So I go through this 12-day illness. Horrific. Managed to get over Christmas somehow. January comes along. January 26th, 2017. Our beautiful cat Alice has to be put to sleep. And she had been a major coping mechanism for me since the November. It's like just bits were being grabbed from me constantly, taken away. Alice was the most cuddly cat in the world. She was always on me. She was always holding me. I was always holding her. And then even though we'd had this channel kind of since 2015, we'd never done much with it, really. Silly little bits, making a protein shake when we were gym regulars, opening a box of goodies from Vegan Town. It's like this confectionery company used to send out boxes. And then saw the TV show Gone. Bits of me I'll never get back gone after the robbery. And then Alice gone. Within such a short period of time. And I was broken, man. For a while there. Like broken. And then, so I wanted to start doing more on this channel. And we did. And thank goodness we did. Because in that, I've done a vlog pretty much like this one every year to mark significant mental health days, because I think it's crucial. It's crucial that we talk and that we share our experiences and we share how we got through them. And it is honestly true to say that this YouTube channel was a huge part of coping with, dealing with, and trying to move on from all of that clump of crap that happened in, you know, such a short space. And it was only when we really started to kind of, come on, this is a good thing, we can share our veganism, we can show people how easy it is to be vegan, we can show people how cheap it is to be vegan. Budget week, edited into one vlog, right there. But a big part of it for me, and no doubt, if you stick around on the channel, which we hope you do, obviously, and if you look at some of our back catalogue, you'll see some of the chats I've had in the kitchen, Jason and I have had in the kitchen. Kitchens are good places to talk. And so this was healing for me, to some tune. And the vegan queens were a big part of here. Gemini is a very strong and positive force in my life, and I don't see her as me. She did a little video on the Vegan Queens channel, which we'd love you to subscribe to, talking about her story. I'll link that just in case you're interested. So she is a very positive force in my life and always there. And if you think that's crazy, I don't care. She is the other half of me, really. I know Jason's my other half, but he married us both, and he knows that. He's fully aware of that. So how do you cope with this kind of back trauma? How do I cope? Well, I cope through not giving it power anymore. And believe me, for a year and a half after the robbery, I was a very different person. Incredibly high anxiety, panic attacks all the time, even in places where I felt incredibly safe and trusted everybody there. And it took a long time to get through that, but I had to get through it. I had to. There was no other way to deal with it. Going back to the use your fucking legs, by the way. So after quite a while, I requested some mental health support. And I'd heard about CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy, and being a talker, I thought that's for me, that's the one. So I was very lucky to not wait too long in my town, and I went to see a therapist for 4 sessions. And the first thing that she got me to do was talk about it all in detail. Let the tears come. If the tears come, good. You have to talk about things, otherwise you stiffen up, you jar up. And only in talking about them can we reduce their power, the power that they have over us. Because it gives them, it makes them real and tangible. This is a thing that happened to me, and there is nothing I can do about it at all. It happened. No amount of me thinking about it will benefit me or it, because it can't be changed. And so I have to learn to live with this. This is a fact. It happened. Lost a TV show, victim in a horrific armed robbery, lost my best friend. I have to deal with those things, and that's kind of how I got through it. CBT taught me to talk about it, and let it, however it manifests. Talk about it. And she gave me a challenge. Where the robbery happened used to be the place that I would go out of the bar for a smoke, and I would stand there. And that's where the first part of it happened, the bit where I thought I was going to die. And I kept saying to her, I don't know what made me kick up, other than fear of dying, because it was just getting black and small, and you know, I kicked out and saved myself. And then she said, where do you have a smoke now? And I said, on the balcony. The golf club's beautiful balcony, beautiful views on the balcony. She said, go back to where you used to smoke, and although this may sound abrupt, visualise what happened there, because you're here. Nothing was taken. Well, your life didn't end there on that floor. So one day, there I am, like Pippi Longstocking, stood at that door having a fag, looking at the spot where I had been laid on the floor with some moron stood on my neck and chest, while someone else was trying to rip keys off my fingers, while two others were stood over my husband with sledgehammers. And I looked down at where I was, and I imagined it all. I imagined seeing it from an outside perspective. And when it got to the point where the Paul on the floor, imaginary though he may be, couldn't breathe, and everything had started to get black and smaller, and he knew he had to do something, I, Paul in real time now, months after the event, shouted at the top of my voice, use your fucking legs! And although impossible, as physics would have us believe, he heard me. And that was so powerful that became my mantra for a good few months afterwards. Use your fucking legs. And I started using it as a positive mantra for everything. Having a dark day today, but you know what? Use your fucking legs, go out for a walk. However I could fit it in, it became a really powerful healing force for me. I thought I could hear the clip of little nails then. No, she's in bed. Sis, my cat. So that was a really powerful. I have convinced myself, okay, not what you think.
A few moments later.
I told you it was going to be a long one, didn't I? See, I'm waffling so much the camera just stopped. It was like, no, I'm done. You've done half an hour, Beryl. And so this mantra became a really powerful healing tool for me. It became it became something I used to, in all kinds of situations, and it was a good thing. And then the channel started to grow, and I felt like there was a whole swath of people out there to communicate with and to share things with, not just experiences of mental health, but vegan stuff. And so, you know, the channel started to grow, and it became just an incredible outlet. In particular for me, because I'm an oversharer. I just am. I always have been. I think that we can learn very valuable lessons from each other's experiences, and from just being open about who we've been in our lives. Hence another vlog of mine about sex work. I'll link that up there too. These are all the moments where I've just sat in front of the camera and been like, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you everything. And so, now I allow myself the freedom to think about and to speak about these experiences, and if there is a tear or two while I speak about them, that's fine. They're still powerful experiences. They're still things that that form part of the chain of events that led me to being the person I am right now. Yeah, talking has been the thing I've done, and it is an incredibly powerful tool. It's how we share our experiences. It's how we can say to someone, you're going through this thing right now, and I want you to know that I've been through a thing very similar, and I'm still here, and you will be too. And as much as we give power to the things that have happened to us, we have to give them the power to disable us, or to affect us still. And at any point you can say, and I know it's, words into action are tough sometimes, but you can say, I am taking that power away from you now. This event, this person, whatever it may be, I have to take that back from you. You tried to take something from me, I have to take it back. Willfully, I have to say, it now belongs to me. It's mine again. And my ability to deal with it and talk about it comes from me, not from any external sources anymore. Honestly, like I say, I'm fully aware, much easier said than done, but if you can get there, it's a powerful place to be. It's where you're able to not box everything, but kind of box everything. Put things where they need to be for you to move forward with the rest of your life, because you have to, because I need you, and you know, friends or family or whoever you're closely connected to need you. And that need isn't a burden for me personally. My husband needs me around, and needs me. So does my mum, so does my cat. Most importantly, I do. I need me to be me. I need to have the power to say, this thing happened to me. Yeah. It happened. Still here. It's a thriving. And I hope that you have the power, allow yourself the power, grant yourself the power to deal with whatever irks you, and to say, I'm going to talk about this because I have to talk about it. And it really does help. It helps so much to be able to purge and share and realise that, because it's like, some people would look at that block of time of stuff and think, oh, now that was a lot to go through, and I'm like, people have gone through much worse. That's the place I had to get to, you know. Yeah, I've been through some shit. Still here. Yeah, we've been through some shit. We're still here. We're still married. We're still in love. Still got an allotment to start. Still got a fabulous channel with over 10,000 subscribers now. Amazing. Thank you. That's all good. I surthrived. I'm surthriving. And you can be too. So maybe, if you haven't, did you have something that irks you? Maybe talk about it. Maybe a Zoom call with a friend, or even just a voice call, or even just a text message, or whatever, or even just an internal dialogue where your best and most powerful you takes over. I kind of have that in me as well. Sometimes I ask the better me, my better angel, I need you to help me. I need you to be here for me. I need you to help me see the world through better eyes, to deal with it better, to respond to it better, to fit into it better, to share it better, to talk about it better. And lo and behold, in my better angel comes, and we do exactly that. Anyway, I realise, I'm sorry, I've waffled a lot. This was it's an important vlog for me. It's important for me to occasionally do these, and in particular to mark these days and the importance of them. It's time to talk, and I certainly have. Please do so too. I'll get off now. Thank you so much for watching. Stick around and check out the channel. There's all sorts on there. We hope to see you again very soon, and until then, please be excellent to yourselves and each other. Bye, my loves.